Eddyville.
Yeah, when I get down there, here's what got me about that prison. When I come on the yard, man, I'm 17. All these people in their 40s and 50s and 30s. I'm a child, the only young child in there. Man, I was walking across the loop going towards the property room. I see all these motherfuckers laying out kissing and shit, right? And back then, Eddyville didn't have a dress code. We can wear our own clothes then. The sisters can come out with thongs and bikinis and panties and all this shit, you know. And motherfuckers was laying around kissing and shit. So I'm like, what the fuck they got me at, man? You know. And so everybody staring at me, and I kept hearing the word nigga, nigga this, nigga that. I said, man, all these blacks down there, they tolerating this shit. I said, man, the first time one of them called me a nigga, I'm gonna show them what type of nigga I really am, right? I'm a badass nigga, you know. And so I ignored it. And the second day, I get in the fight right there in the kitchen. They had some old bullshit out that can't nobody eat cheese. If you eat cheese, you a rat. They had that bullshit out then, and people come through the dining hall. They have hamburgers on. You know, put cheese on. When nobody get the cheese. So I told the man, I said, I ain't know nothing about this shit. So I said, can I get some cheese? He gave me a whole block of it. He said, yes, you can. So when I said it at the table, my friend from LaGrange, the other prison, he said, man, get that off your table, man. You eat that shit, everybody gonna think you're a rat. I said, fuck 'em. I'm gonna eat what the fuck I wanna eat. And I dare one of them call me that. And I heard a table, somebody kept saying, rat, rat, rat. I said, who the fuck is saying that? So I looked over and seen a group of white guys looking right at me. And when I seen that rat come out of his mouth, I just went over and just swung on the whole table. Everybody, so I went to the hole. So the guards and them thought this was gonna, like them white guards, they was racist. So they said, we're gonna put you back. You know, we went in front of the Justice Committee, they said, we're gonna let you out of the hole. And I guess they thought I wasn't gonna come back out. And yeah, I came out and it was an old black man. He said, I don't know who you are. I mind what you did. I'm too old to fight. He said, but take this. You don't need it. He gave me a butcher knife. I took it, and I seen that same group of white boys that I swung on come down the step. Coming, I already know they coming for me, right? So I just took off running straight towards them with the knife in my hand. I said, fuck it. You know, they might kill me, but I'm taking some motherfuckers out with me.
So you doing this at 17, 18 years old?
Yeah, I ran straight towards them. And then when I got almost up on them, they was hollering, hey, yo, ho, slow down, bro. Slow down, man. We ain't come to fight. They say, man, we don't know who put that shit out, man, but I've been eating cheese all my life. I ain't no goddamn rat, this and that. So that was the first situation I had to go into straighten out. That's when my name got established. So now they gonna put me in a cell.
So they know who Fleece is at that point.
Yeah. So they put me in a cell with this big old black motherfucker. They call him Doc, Big Doc. Boy, this motherfucker look like shit. King Kong was some motherfucker. He had a big old, his nose was about the size of my fist. He had a big old nose, red eyes, and he was a big motherfucker with big fingers and shit. He just looked like he was just made to fight.
Yeah.
You know, like a gladiator type motherfucker. So I'm in a cell with him. They had double cells then. I stopped that long. I'll tell you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this motherfucker, that's the one I was telling people about it, had that hole in the wall.
Yeah, that was to trick the
Yeah,
younger people, right?
yeah,
Go ahead and tell us about that, cause
Yeah, he had a hole in his wall. See what he did? It was a hole in his wall. So he took a little balloon thing and put some baby powder in her and blowed it up to where it swelled up. So he pressed it into the hole, stuck it in her. and then took a sheet of paper and put some cement on it. And when it hardened, he taped it over the hole and then painted over it where it looked like, the regular wall and shit, right? I didn't know the shit was there.
Mm-hmm.
So he started talking crazy and shit. He got to fuck something, all this old shit.
He got a what?
Fuck something.
Oh, okay. He trying to get somebody to mess with.
He was trying to fuck me. So that's what his mind was on, right? He was trying to fuck me, right?
Yeah.
So by that time, the door opened. We went out for chow, right? So I was telling some of my friends out there, man, this big black motherfucker. And so they gave me a little knife, little knife. Cause the butcher knife I used on the other incident, I had to get rid of that because if they caught me with it, they was gonna charge me with it, an outside charge.
Mm-hmm.
So I got another knife. So I went back in the thing. So this nigga put on a pair of shorts. They had a lot of holes in it. Whenever he walked, his shit would pop out of one of the holes, right? And he'll put it back in his drawers. And I'm like, I said, this is a nasty ass nigga right here. But I ain't gonna lie, I was afraid. I was actually afraid. And then when that nigga sounded off and hit that damn wall, and his arm went through there and bust that thing, and it made a big old boom noise, like he knocked the bricks out of the goddamn wall, right? And all this shit was floating in the air. I didn't know it was baby powder. I thought it was fragments of cement.
Right.
The dust.
You thought his fist was that hard.
Yeah, and his arm was white and shit. And I was like, and he run up on me. Nigga, do I gotta fight you, nigga? Nigga, I'm like, shit. The fuck I'm gonna do? This nigga give him some good ass, right? And I wasn't thinking about fighting. I was like, man, I'm gonna let this nigga penetrate me, man. And he made one mistake. Cause when I moved that little knife, cause I already hit that knife, it stuck my leg, right?
Mm-hmm.
It brought me back to my senses. Nigga, you got a knife right here. Man, I gripped that mother. I'm left-handed, but I gripped that with my right hand, right? Because it was sitting on my right side.
Right.
And I ain't had time to switch it over to the left, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just came up with it, slap, and just ripped all that open, right? It cut him good, right? He ran to the door, guard. So I ran him back up and hit his ankles and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brought him down to the ground, and I stabbed the shit out of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when the guards finally came up to him, to the cell, they was telling me I done backed all the way up to by the toilet, and they like, it's gonna be all right. Just put the knife down, put it down. I was shaking and everything, man,
right.
Blood everywhere. Well, I finally gave them the knife. They took this nasty nigga and they transferred him. I don't know if he died or what. I went to the hole. They did the same thing, let me out. They ain't even give me an outside charge for that, cause they know what type of motherfucker he was. He was one of them types.
Right.
So then everything started going good. People start thinking twice before they tried me and they looked at me like I was the only black person in her that would fight back. I mean, really fight back. And so I had a thing, man. I kept seeing these sisters